This ugly shoe almost went bankrupt. Stock price crashed from $74 to under $1. Everyone thought they were dead. Then they made $4 billion last year. This is how the world's most hated footwear pulled off the greatest comeback in business history. Crocs might be the most polarizing product ever created. You either love them or absolutely hate them. There's no middle ground. But here's what's mind-blowing. This company everyone loves to mock is worth over $4 billion. They sell 100 million pairs every year. Their stock has exploded 6,000% in the last decade. Most people think they know this story. Social media made ugly trendy, right? Wrong. The real story is way crazier. It involves 3 guys with 0 shoe experience, a boat trip that changed everything, and business decisions that were either genius or completely insane. Let's be honest about shoes. Most of them suck at their actual job. They hurt after 2 hours, take forever to put on, smell terrible, impossible to clean, and forget wearing them near water. The shoe industry was stuck in the past. Leather needed breaking in, sneakers got destroyed by water, sandals had no support. Every option was a compromise. Meanwhile, there were people who really needed shoes that worked. Hospital nurses standing 12-hour shifts, restaurant workers on slippery floors, boat crews with constantly wet feet. And if you're one of those people who secretly owns a pair of Crocs or openly rocks them because you stopped caring what people think, hit that subscribe button right now. You're about to find out you were part of one of the smartest consumer decisions in history. These people didn't care about fashion. They needed function. And the shoe industry was failing them completely. Meet Scott Siemens, Lyndon Hansen, and George Bodecker, 3 entrepreneurs from Colorado who weren't shoe guys at all. Scott spent years sailing. His feet were constantly soaked, cold, and miserable. Traditional boat shoes were useless. They'd stay wet for hours and smell like death. Then he discovered these weird foam clogs from Canada, made from a revolutionary material called Crosslite. This stuff was different, lighter than water, antimicrobial, shock-absorbing, completely waterproof. And here's the kicker, it molded to your feet. The 3 partners bought the rights, tweaked the design, added holes for ventilation, created the first Crocs beach shoe. Their plan was simple, sell to boaters, maybe move 1,000 pairs if they got lucky. Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, 2002. They brought 200 pairs. Expected to go home with most of them, they sold out in 3 hours. Word spread like wildfire, not through ads, pure word of mouth. Nurses discovered 12-hour shifts without foot pain. Chefs found non-slip shoes for wet kitchens. Parents loved shoes kids could put on themselves. But the fashion world absolutely hated them. Vogue called them plastic monstrosities. GQ said aesthetically offensive. Fashion bloggers roasted them daily. Sales exploded. 2003, 76,000 pairs. 2004, 1 million pairs. 2005, million pairs. They'd stumbled onto something huge. The uglier critics said they were, the more normal people bought them. Here's the psychology. Function beats fashion when function is extreme enough. Your feet don't hurt after 8 hours? Revolutionary. Hose them clean in 30 seconds? Life-changing. Dry in minutes after getting soaked? Game over. Even Hollywood accidentally saw the future. In 2006, the movie Idiocracy showed everyone in the future wearing Crocs. The costume designer picked them because they looked futuristic but were cheap. She thought they'd never become popular. Most accurate movie prediction of the 21st century. But there was another factor. The hate actually helped them. When fashion magazines attacked Crocs, regular people felt defended. These weren't shoes for fancy people. They were shoes for real people doing real work. The hate created tribal loyalty. Crocs wearers became proud of their ugly shoes, practicality over pretension. By 2007, Crocs were everywhere. Gas stations, grocery stores, airport shops. They went public, hit 74 per share. Founders worth hundreds of millions. Then 2008 happened. The financial crisis destroyed everything. Stock crashed to under $1, laid off 2,000 employees, closed 160 stores. Business press wrote their obituary, Crocs, the fad that died. But here's what the media missed. Core customers never left. Healthcare workers still needed comfortable shoes. Chefs still needed slip-resistant footwear. The function hadn't changed, just the hype died. 2014 was the turning point. New CEO Andrew Rees made the boldest decision in corporate history. Instead of fighting the criticism, they embraced it completely. Rees understood something crucial. The hate wasn't their problem, it was their opportunity. 3 game-changing moves. Move 1, celebrate the weird. New slogan, come as you are. They weren't selling fashion anymore. They were selling freedom from caring what others thought. Move 2, celebrity rebellion. Post Malone became obsessed, started designing limited editions. Justin Bieber wore them constantly. Suddenly being weird and comfortable became cool. Move 3, customization revolution. Those holes weren't just ventilation anymore. Jibbitz charms turned basic Crocs into personal statements. People spent more on decorations than the shoes themselves. Social media changed everything. But not how you think. Crocs didn't fight the memes, they reposted them, laughed along, turned critics into their marketing team without spending $1 on ads. 2020 was Crocs' perfect storm. Everyone was stuck at home. Comfort became priority number 1. Looking professional became irrelevant. Sales exploded. Millions discovered what healthcare workers knew for years. These ugly shoes were perfect for the new reality. The timing was incredible. Just when the world needed maximum comfort, Crocs was ready. Current numbers are insane. Over 100 million pairs sold annually. $4 billion revenue in 2023. Stock returned 6,000% since the crash. But here's the crazy part. The average customer owns 4 pairs. They're not just buying shoes, they're joining a lifestyle. Crocs became the ultimate anti-fashion fashion statement. The brand everyone said would die became immortal by refusing to care what critics thought. They've completely rewritten success rules. You don't need to be beautiful to be valuable. You don't need to be cool to be profitable. You definitely don't need everyone to like you to build an empire. What can entrepreneurs learn? Lesson 1. Solve real problems, not imaginary ones. Crocs made the most comfortable shoes, not the prettiest. Lesson 2. Your haters might be your best marketing team. Fashion criticism created stronger brand identity than any ad campaign. Lesson 3. Function can overcome fashion if the function is extreme enough. When your product works 10x better, looks become negotiable. Lesson 4. Authenticity beats perfection. They succeeded by celebrating everything that made them different. Lesson 5. Sometimes the best strategy is doubling down on what makes you weird. In a world trying to fit in, being boldly different is the ultimate advantage. But Crocs isn't done evolving. They're working on smart shoes with health monitoring, sustainable materials from algae, customizable designs printed on demand. The ugly shoe company is positioning for the next footwear revolution. Based on their track record of being underestimated, I wouldn't bet against them. They prove that sometimes the best way to win is to stop trying to be what everyone else wants you to be and start being exactly what you are. What's the ugliest successful product you can think of? Drop it in the comments. If this breakdown of turning weakness into strength fascinated you, hit subscribe, because the next billion-dollar success story that everyone's laughing at today might be tomorrow's empire.